Next thing we're going to be covering now from the MegaCon and the Hasbro Pulse reveals from their panel is the return of a subline of Transformers that hasn't been around for quite a few years now. The Transformers Timelines line. This was a segmentation that was pretty much created by Fun Publication and BotCon to use for a lot of their stuff. Stuff that celebrated the Transformers brand, repaints, retools, everything that was going on during that Fun Pub era between 2005 and about 2017 until the license was pretty much lost from them. And a lot of the box sets had that Transformers timeline stuff. A lot of the comics that they did, I worked with them on some of those books, were also part of that. And now we're getting some comic book love here on a much bigger level and getting to see those classic Guido Guidi designs being finally made into action figures outside of what we saw from third party for almost a decade. So we have here today the Transformers Timelines Hearts of Steel collection. We have two different box sets that are going to be coming out. They're going to be Hasbro Pulse exclusives, and they're planned to ship out in fall of 2025. So let's jump into it like we always do here on the Transformer Slag podcast and make sense of it all. And the first one we're going to be talking about, the one that we got to see much more of because of the panel and everything, we have the Transformer Timelines Hearts of Steel box set, Optimus Prime and Starscream. So again, the Transformers Hearts of Steel line is based off of a comic book series that IDW put out between June and September of 2006. It was drawn and all those designs were done by the amazing Guido Guidi, who's an amazing artist, and was written by the legendary comic book writer Chuck Dixon, who's known for Punisher, incredible work that he did with Batman and Nightwing during the 90s with DC Comics. So it was this amazing short run book. It had, all this great stuff going on, incredible unique designs, just this small little micro continuity what if story of, well, what if the Transformers woke up during the Steam era, during that early days, and just great stuff. And it's just, me and Aaron just did a panel not too long ago at TFCon talking about it'd be great to see the return of steam engines and trains. And well, we're going to be getting a lot of that if this line continues. So this first box set, we have an Optimus Prime that turns into his train design from the comic book. Again, Guido made all these original designs with the intent of one day they would be transformable figures. And today's the day. Took almost more than a decade, but it finally happened. And we're here today talking about the Optimus Prime train design. And he looks really good, really matches how he looked in the comic. And the Starscream looks incredible because I remember there was all these third-party companies trying to pull this off. And now we got that Starscream. I guess it's a biplane, it's kind of its own little crazy thing going on there. But also it's amazing how they pulled off the Starscream, and he looks really good too. And I mean, it's going to come in a fancy box that's going to have a slip case on it with all the amazing art on it. And then it opens up like a book with the Heart of Steel design and stuff. It looks, what a great presentation. This really, in a lot of ways, when you think about it, it's a Hasbro Pulse exclusive item, and it's under the Timelines kind of title. So it kind of is a lot of ways, a return to those Fun Publication, fancy packaging, really cool high-end items that they did in the past. And again, this is going to be a Hasbro Pulse exclusive. This one here is going to be going up on pre-order on February 11th, so very, very soon at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Hasbro Pulse website, and is planned to ship out in fall of 2025. But this set is not alone, because after they showed this off in the panel room, in the actual display at the MegaCon in Orlando, they had the second two-pack of these. We have the Transformers Timelines Hearts of Steel, Bumblebee, and Megatron. And again, taking those Guido Guidi designs, the Bumblebee that transforms into, again, some kind of small little steam engine, which looks absolutely fantastic. Again, third-party guys have tried to do this in the past. This is incredible what they did here. And Megatron turning into this cool, old-timey cannon with the spiked wheels and stuff, again, based off of the comic book design. Looks amazing. I love how the Megatron looks. I mean, I'm super stoked about the trains. Don't get me wrong. These steam engines are incredible. I'm actually more excited about the steam engines, but I didn't expect to love how this Megatron turned out. The Megatron looks great with the spiked wheels and the head sculpt and the design. They did an incredible job here. And same thing, it's harder to see because, it's in the back there, but this is also going to come with a slip cover, with an opening box and everything, with all the cool designs and stuff. Again, celebrating that comic book that came out back in 2006 from IDW. Fantastic stuff. And I hope really that this then leads to possibly more. Like more of, let's say, this Hearts of Steel thing. Maybe get some of those other designs. We have the Shockwave that turns into that crazy-ass boat. And then we also have like even stuff like, let's go more train, for a second, like Ratchet, who also was part of that. And so many great designs. So many great designs here. I want to see more of it. And dare I say, after they've done Hearts of Steel, what is this Timelines banner could lead to? Could it lead to other stuff, other unique designs? I mean, we kind of already started dabbling with the G.I. Joe stuff through the G.I. Joe line. Where could we go from here? What do you think we could do with Timelines next? So this Megatron and Bumblebee 2-pack, they don't have a pre-order date yet for this one, but it's also going to be shipping out the same time as the Optimus and the Starscream in fall of 2025. So stay tuned for that. We'll have more information on it, but this is hype. This is really, really cool. Really, really cool. I mean, I don't know what I could really say afterwards. I just really hope we see more of it. I love the fact that we figured out a way to do steam engines for Transformers that aren't just like Astro Train, and that's just absolutely great. Maybe we'll get some train track pieces. That'd be really cool. Something that's compatible with it and do some really cool interconnected train thing. I mean, if we have the Ratchet can have a connection with the Optimus or the Bumblebee so you could pull them. That would be really cool too. Let me know what you think. And we still have way more to cover here on the Transformer Slag podcast because we still have one more segment of more Transformer product that's being revealed at the MegaCon here in Orlando. We'll talk to you soon.